So in this week's video, I'm going to be talking all about the Syncussion. So there's just a little bit of what it can do. Now, I think this is a great little synth, and I got this because I got the kit and I built it from scratch because I kind of wanted something to do, kind of learn a bit more about building synths and how they come together and stuff like that. And I found this kit and I was like, I really want that synth, but I didn't really want to pay the, I think they're going for the original is going for like $1,000 now, if not more, maybe $1,500. And I just wasn't prepared to pay that much. And I saw the people that that made the TTSH, the UP 2600 clone, had also done a clone of this. And then I think another group come out and did this clone. So I snagged this one and built it. It was one of the tougher builds that I've done, but it was super fun to do, and I'm really lucky to have a really good synth tech here in LA that did a once-over and got it up and running, because it was almost there, but a couple of little bits and pieces needed a little more tweaking. So let's talk about what it can actually do. As you can see, we have Oscillator channel 1 and channel 2. These are just duplicated. Unfortunately, my kit didn't come with the little knobs for these, so I just kind of been doing it by hand, but it's all right. It's pretty basic. So I've just got the Digitech over here, but we can mute that for now. And we've just got just a simple pattern going. So we turn it down a little bit. We have tune. Everyone knows what tune is. We have the decay, and let me take I got a little reverb on there, so this is without it. And if I come all the way down, all the way up, this is the filter. So it's pretty good. You can get some good little different sounds and different sort of textures and tones with that. We have the sweep up and down, so you can kind of make more drum sort of sounds. So we'll go down. So you can kind of get some sort of toms, kick drum sort of territory in there. And if we go up, as I played at the start, you kind of get that sort of more crazy sound. All of this kind of reminds me of this one. And again, this is very limited, but it kind of does the same sort of vibe there. Very limited, but it's kind of the same sort of thing. It does one thing just really well. I feel like this is kind of that one techno sound in a box. But we turn that off and we got that back again. And then we have the LFO. So let's put the depth on there. One thing that I like to do with the LFO, so if I bring the width up, and we can add these back in again, is if you bring the speed and the depth up together, you get like this really nasty sort of which is kind of cool. And with the square wave, it kind of gives a different texture again. And then the one thing that I really love is the sample and hold. And I played it a little bit at the start, but let's just get the Digitech back in here again. And one thing I really love is the really cool for those sort of turnarounds at the end of the 8 or 16 bar sort of section. So if we go with the kick drum as well, and then you bring it all back in. Woo! I really dig that. And then one thing I forgot to mention is we have over here on the side, we have A through F, and that's the different oscillator types. So if we can turn this one off again. Pretty sort of standard, sort of triangle-y sort of thing. Now we're kind of getting a little bit more nasty with that. Bring the filter down a little bit there. This is kind of cool. And then we have it's kind of like a square, and this is like a square maybe folded or something like that. And then we have like this really dirty one over on the E. And then lastly, we have the F. So I've brought the F up onto the second one. Bring it over to sequencer 2 here. As you can see, it does this one thing really, really well. I find that I've done a couple of tracks where so let's go back under sequencer 1, and then let's just move it over to a different sequence. And then you can hear it gets really subby when we start to do the sweep. Let's add some there you go. Pretty down and dirty sort of demo of what it can do. Do I think you should buy one? Probably not. If you could get the kit, and you're like kind of getting into building and you've done a couple of modules and you're kind of getting into that world, super fun build. And it's really fun to kind of have something like this at the end. But spending the $800, $900, $1,000, $1,500 on one, I don't think you're going to get bang for your buck. I think you can do a lot of these sounds with another synth, and I think you'll get a lot more out of another synth. But again, super fun. I'm glad I have it, and I won't sell it because I built it just in case there's anything wrong with it. It's on me. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed that little demo of what it can do. And yeah, if you've got any questions, feel free to ask away. And at the end of the day, hopefully I have inspired you to make something today. And until next time, see you later.